Hello, I'm Ira Thor, Senior Director of University Communications at New Jersey City University and member of the CoSIDA Academic All-America Committee. And today I'm joined by Eric Kirby, a senior outside back and center midfielder out of LaGrange, Kentucky, and Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, the Fighting Engineers. Eric is your 2020-2021 CoSIDA NCAA Division III Men's Soccer Academic All-American of the Year. What an amazing honor. Congratulations, Eric. You're a two-time CoSIDA first-team Academic All-American, but now you are the Academic All-America of the Year for NCAA Division III Men's Soccer. What was your reaction when you first learned of this honor?
I was obviously very excited. This is a really big and important achievement. And there are a lot of good players in D3, especially in men's soccer. And I've been around a few. I've met a few, played against a few. So I know how prestigious this award is. But obviously, like the team award the team comes first. So everything that I've done on the field has been for the team and not for the individual accolades. The individual accolades are just kind of a cherry on top that I can get by playing the best that I can for the team.
Well, you certainly have earned all your individual accolades, and what's amazing is you're just the third Academic All-American of the Year in Rose-Hulman history, despite how great of an institution it is academically. You're the first to win this award at your institution in 23 years, since 1998, probably prior to before you were even born. What's your pride in representing your college and being the first in 23 years to be at the top of this prestigious list?
Yeah, it's definitely a very good feeling because I know exactly how hard Rose is and exactly how high it is recognized in the country. We're the #1 undergraduate engineering college, so that alone is like very prestigious. But then to be able to recognize also the athletic department and then the team as well, we had a very good season overall, and so I was just excited to be able to represent the team we've worked through a lot of stuff. The school and the athletic department in general.
So you, Eric, were one of the nation's most prolific offensive playmakers in the country last year in 2019 in assists when you set the single-season school record with 14. You finished your career third in school history with 23 helpers. You played 3 years as an outside back before shifting to center mid. Could you describe your vision on the field when you're creating those scoring opportunities for your teammates?
So a lot of times in practice, we work on it. I've been playing since I was 3, so I know where I should put the ball to get it in the back of the net. But obviously, it can't be done without the goal scorers that actually put it in the net. I think last season I had 7 goals off of our center back Ryan Tarr. He was just a monster in the air off the corner kicks and free kicks and stuff. So all I had to do was put it in the general area, and he'd put it in the back of the net. So I know I had a lot of help from the rest of the team. I obviously can't get an assist without the goal scorer. So just, putting in the right spot so that they can score, and that's all you got to do.
Well, you obviously have played 2 positions that demand a lot of focus. How does your focus in the classroom carry over to the field?
Yeah, so Rose is a very difficult school to go to. It's very demanding academically, but I know that once I'm on the soccer field, I leave all the academics behind, everything out of my life behind, and I just focus on school or on soccer there. Obviously, like you said, it's very demanding, learning all the free kicks and corner kicks and throw-ins and all the plays that we run and stuff like that. It takes a toll, and so you got to know those as well as school. But in school, you also have to remain focused. And so that kind of helps because then you don't ever switch off. You're just always going. And so it helps to carry on to soccer, and it's kind of a nice break so you can switch your mind off from school, but switch on to soccer. And so I really enjoyed that aspect of it.
Well, this year you were the HCAC Defensive Player of the Year, and you helped Rose-Hulman to its first undefeated season in school history at 9-0-1, regular season and tournament champions. But as we all know, this was not a normal year. In your own experiences, what was this COVID abbreviated spring season like?
Yeah, so I'm obviously very thankful to Rose that we got to have a season into the HCAC. It was a very difficult year, but Rose really made it possible for us to get on the field and play. Testing 2 or 3 times a week for school and for soccer was not always easy. Making sure that we all got in the COVID tests was definitely a challenge. That was something that we worked on all year and making sure that, we were being safe outside so that we didn't get it, and we were out in quarantine for 2 weeks. So just remaining diligent in that. And then taking the right precautions, wearing masks during practice and stuff like that was obviously more difficult because breathing wise, it was definitely a difficult task to manage both the masks being on, cold weather, getting the right gear and stuff like that. So it made it difficult, but, we made it through. And I think having those extra restrictions just was something else that we focused on and then brought us closer as a team because, we held each other accountable just like we do on the field.
Switching to academics, you had a 3.97 GPA with a double major in computer engineering and computer science at a school that you have already described as such a difficult program, but also one of the better engineering programs in the country. Why did you choose Rose-Hulman, and why did you choose these fields of study?
Mm-hmm. So whenever I was 10 years old, my grandfather bought me a coding book. And from there, I've just kind of grown into learning how to code. And I did robotics in high school, and that kind of led me to Rose because I saw other people going to Rose from the robotics team. And so I was able to find Rose, and I reached out to Coach Helliwell, and he gave me the opportunity to play soccer at a school that was going to allow me to study both computer engineering and computer science. And so it just seemed like a perfect combination of things that I wanted. And so that's where I decided to go. It also helps that Rose soccer is very competitive in the HCAC. And so it's just been a fun time to play for them and to go to school where I'm challenged and learning the things that I want to learn.
So what does the future hold for you, Eric, both academically and maybe even in the sport of soccer?
Right. So I accepted a job in Indianapolis where I'll be working. I move up there in a few weeks at a small engineering firm called InDesign. So I'll be moving up there, and I've already talked to a few guys about joining a men's soccer league. So at least that, we'll see if there are any other opportunities that open up for me in terms of higher playing or anything like that. I'm not sure. I'm not looking for that, but if the opportunity arises, then I'll go after it. So, yeah.
Congratulations on landing your first full-time job post-college. And finally, I want to give you a chance to thank those who helped you achieve this national distinction. Who would you like to thank? Our final question for today.
Okay. First, I'd like to thank my teammates. We worked all through the summer heat, making sure that we passed the fitness test as we got into school, and then we were ready for the season, and then just working all throughout the season with them. It's been a real pleasure and a joy for me, and then especially the seniors who I've gotten to know over the last 4 years. They're really close to me, and I can't thank them enough for everything that they've done. And then I'd like to thank my coaches. They offered me this opportunity to play at Rose, and so they're really the only reason that I was able to go to Rose. And so I want to appreciate them, Coach Helliwell, Coach Essig, Coach Gray. They've all been life changers. And then finally, I want to thank my parents. From the time I was 3, my dad stood next to me on the soccer field because I was too shy to go play. So it means a lot. My mom and dad driving me to soccer tournaments, standing out in the cold, the wind, watching a game that they don't really understand. They never grew up watching or anything like that. It means a lot to me. And then I'll lump my sister in there too. She came to a few games, sat out there, watched me, even though she didn't really enjoy it. It means the world to me that they were able to share that with me, and I can't thank them enough for everything that they've done for me, both academically and athletically. It's been a real pleasure to be their son. So I want to thank all those guys and everybody else along the way who's gotten me from the time I was 3 until now.
That's the best shout out possible right there. Thank you, Eric. Congratulations, Eric Kirby, Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology. He is your 2020-2021 CoSIDA NCAA Division III Men's Soccer Academic All-American of the Year.